What if everything you have been told about comfort is wrong? What if comfort is not the goal, but the trap? Today, we live in a world where food comes to our door. Answers appear in seconds. Air keeps us warm or cool all the time. Life feels easy, but here is the truth. Comfort is killing us. Weak bodies, stressed minds, empty hearts. Michael Easter says the answer is clear. The answer is discomfort. Hard things make you strong. Hard things give you meaning. Hard things make you alive. If you want to break free from the comfort trap, stay with us till the end. Before we start, like, share, and subscribe to Bookverse for more life-changing summaries. Section 1. Why comfort is killing us. Today, life is easy. Food is everywhere. Water is clean. Rooms are warm in winter and cool in summer. We can reach anyone in seconds. We can shop without leaving home. We can work without moving our bodies. It feels perfect, but there is a cost. Comfort has a dark side. Comfort is killing us. Slowly, silently. Think about this. Our ancestors hunted for food. They walked miles every day. They faced heat, cold, hunger, and pain. Life was hard, but their bodies were strong. Their minds were sharp. Their spirits were alive. Now look at us. We sit all day. We eat too much. We avoid pain at any cost. We fear being tired. We fear being hungry. We fear being bored. So we grab the phone. We grab the snack. We stay in the same safe zone. Michael Easter calls this the comfort crisis. Why? Because we live in comfort all the time, and it is breaking us from inside. Obesity is rising. Depression is rising. Anxiety is rising. Modern life gave us peace, but it took away purpose. Why is comfort so dangerous? Because comfort kills stress, and stress, in the right amount, makes us grow. Stress makes the body strong. Stress makes the mind focused. Stress makes life exciting. When we avoid all stress, we avoid all growth. Muscles shrink. Bones weaken. Immunity drops. The mind becomes soft. The spirit feels lost. Think about a muscle. When you lift weight, the muscle tears a little. It hurts, but then it grows back stronger. No pain, no gain. Life works the same way. Hard things shape us. Easy things break us. Here is the truth. Human beings are made for challenge, made for danger, made for hard things. That is why adventure feels good. That is why victory feels sweet. We are built for effort. But today, the biggest goal is comfort. We design our homes for ease. We design our work for ease. We design our entire life to avoid discomfort. And then we ask, why do I feel weak? Why do I feel empty? The answer is simple. We are too comfortable. Comfort numbs us. Comfort makes us lazy. Comfort kills our hunger for life. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you were truly cold? When was the last time you were truly hungry? When was the last time you pushed your body until it begged to stop? When was the last time you felt fear and walked through it? Most people cannot answer because most people live in the soft zone. No risk, no struggle, no growth. Michael Easter says this is the modern trap. A world without challenge, a life without stress. And that is why we feel lost. Comfort looks safe, but it is not safe. It is a slow poison. It takes your strength. It steals your courage. It kills your dreams. Look around. Most of our problems are problems of comfort. Obesity, heart disease, anxiety, addiction. These are not the problems of a hard life. These are the problems of an easy life. Do you know what is even worse? Comfort changes the brain. The brain stops seeing big goals. The brain stops wanting effort. The brain says, stay here, stay safe, do nothing. And soon we listen. This is why we need to fight back. This is why we need to break the comfort trap. Michael Easter says the first step is awareness. You need to see the trap. You need to admit the truth. Comfort feels good now, but it will hurt you later. Here is something to remember. Hard things do not kill you. They make you alive. The mountain looks scary, but the view at the top changes everything. Life is not meant to be easy. Life is meant to be meaningful. And meaning comes from struggle. Meaning comes from effort. Meaning comes from doing what feels hard. So, why is comfort killing us? Because comfort removes the very thing that makes life worth living. Challenge. Do you want health? You want strength? Do you want confidence? Do you want purpose? Then step out of the comfort zone. Face the cold. Face the hunger. Face the fear. Discomfort is not the enemy. Comfort is. This is why Michael Easter wrote this book. To wake us up. To show us the truth. To remind us that the path to a better life is not softer. It is harder. And that is good news. Because you can do hard things. You are built for it. You are stronger than you think. Comfort is killing us. But discomfort can save us. And this is just the beginning. In the next section, we will go deeper. We will learn the science behind discomfort, why your brain and body need it, and why the easy life is the empty life. Stay with me. The journey starts now. Section 2, the science of discomfort. Comfort feels safe, but your body and mind are not designed for a safe life. They are designed for stress. The right kind of stress. The kind that pushes you. The kind that makes you stronger. Science calls this hormesis. What does it mean? Hormesis is the idea that a little stress is good for you. In fact, it is necessary. Without it, you become weak. With too much, you break. But with the right amount, you grow. Think about lifting weights. When you lift, you tear muscle fibers. It hurts. That pain is stress. But then your body repairs the muscle. It becomes stronger than before. That is growth through stress. Now, think about your mind. When you face a problem, your brain works hard. It feels pressure. That is mental stress. But once you solve it, your brain grows. You learn. You become smarter. This is the rule of life. Growth follows stress, but only if the stress is right. Too little stress, you stagnate. Too much stress, you break. The sweet spot, that is where magic happens. Michael Easter says we have forgotten this truth. Modern life kills stress. We control temperature. We control food. We control effort. We remove risk. We remove discomfort. And we remove the chance to grow. Your body is like a machine. If you do not use it, it rusts. If you never face the cold, your body loses the ability to handle it. If you never feel hunger, your metabolism weakens. If you never walk far, your muscles waste away. The same with your brain. If you never struggle, you lose mental toughness. If you never solve hard problems, your brain becomes soft. It stops adapting. Why does the brain love challenge? Because challenge means survival. For thousands of years, humans fought to live. They hunted. They built. They created. Every day was a challenge. And the brain evolved to reward hard work. That reward is called dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical of motivation. It makes you feel good when you earn something, not when it is given. When you climb the mountain, dopamine hits. When you win after effort, dopamine hits. That is why challenge feels satisfying. But here is the trap. Today, we get dopamine without effort. Social media, junk food, video games, easy entertainment, zero struggle, instant reward. And that breaks the brain. When you get dopamine too easily, the brain becomes lazy. It stops craving real challenges. It stops pushing you forward. You start avoiding hard things. You stay in comfort, and life becomes empty. This is why Michael Easter says, go back to discomfort. Stress your body. Stress your mind. But in the right way. Not panic stress. Growth stress. The kind that makes you better. Examples: cold showers, fasting, hiking for miles, lifting heavy weights, solving a tough puzzle, learning a new skill. All these are small discomforts, but they train you for big ones. Here is something interesting. Science shows that controlled stress makes you healthier. Cold exposure boosts immunity. Fasting improves metabolism. Exercise strengthens the heart and bones. Mental challenges reduce the risk of brain decline. The opposite is also true. No stress kills you slowly. Too much comfort makes you sick. Physically, mentally, emotionally. This is why discomfort is not your enemy. Discomfort is your medicine. Hard things heal you. They wake up your systems. They make you alive. So ask yourself, when was the last time you allowed stress in? The right stress, not work emails, not endless scrolling. Real stress, the kind that makes you sweat, the kind that makes you think, the kind that scares you a little. Most people run from this stress. They hide in comfort. They avoid fear. And then they wonder why life feels dull. The answer is simple. Life feels dull because you removed the very thing that makes it exciting. Challenge. Your brain and body love challenge. They crave it. They were built for it. And if you do not give it, they will punish you with weakness, anxiety, and boredom. This is the science of discomfort. It is not just a theory. It is biology. It is psychology. It is evolution. Michael Easter says, the good life is not easy. The good life is hard. That is why it is good. Remember this. Stress is not bad. It is the doorway to strength. Discomfort is not pain. It is progress. In the next section, we go deeper. We explore an ancient idea that Michael Easter brings back to life, a practice called Misogi. It is one of the most powerful ways to break comfort and grow stronger. Stay with me, because the next step can change how you live. Section 3, the Misogi concept. What is Misogi? It sounds strange, but it is powerful. Misogi is an ancient Japanese practice, a ritual of cleansing, a ritual of renewal. The word means to purify the body and the spirit. In the old days, people stood under icy waterfalls. They washed away weakness. They faced fear. They embraced pain. Why did they do this? Because they believed discomfort makes you clean. Discomfort makes you new. Discomfort makes you alive. Michael Easter brings this ancient idea into modern life. He says Misogi is not about religion. It is about challenge. A deep challenge. A challenge that pushes you far beyond your limits. Here is the rule of Misogi in simple words. Once a year, do one thing that scares you. Do one thing that tests you. Do one thing that makes you wonder, can I even do this? Not a small thing. Not an easy thing. A big thing. A hard thing. Something with a real chance of failure. Something so hard that you can only finish half. That is Misogi. Why only half? Because that means the challenge is big enough. It means you will not finish easily. It means you will meet your edge. And when you meet your edge, you grow. Michael Easter did his Misogi in the Arctic. He went deep into the wild. Cold, hunger, fear, no comfort. Every step was pain. Every mile was a test. But he came back changed, stronger, sharper, more alive. Why does Misogi work? Because modern life is too soft. We live in boxes. We sit on chairs. We stare at screens. We eat without effort. We avoid pain. And in doing so, we avoid growth. Misogi breaks that pattern. It puts you back in the wild, back in the unknown, back in the fight. It wakes up your ancient self, the part of you that can climb mountains, the part that can walk through storms, the part that can survive. Here is what happens when you do a real Misogi. First, fear hits you. You feel small. You feel weak. You feel doubt. Then you start. It hurts. It burns. It feels impossible. But step by step, you keep moving. You find new strength. You find new courage. You learn who you really are. Misogi is not about winning. It is about trying. It is about going where comfort ends. Because on the other side of comfort, life begins. Michael Easter gives a simple formula for Misogi. Once a year, choose one challenge that scares you. Make it big. Make it bold. Make it honest. Do it in nature if you can. Because nature humbles you. Allow failure. That is the point. What could your Misogi be? A 50-mile hike. A cold water swim in winter. A day of fasting and silence. A mountain climb. A marathon with no training. Something you will never forget. Ask yourself this. When was the last time you did something so hard that you doubted yourself? When was the last time you said, I cannot do this, and then proved yourself wrong? That is Misogi. It is not just physical. It is mental. It is spiritual. It is a fight with the old you, the soft you, the safe you. And when you win, you are born again. Science supports this. Big challenges create big growth. They rewire your brain. They boost resilience. They build confidence. They teach you calm under stress. They give you stories that last a lifetime. This is why Michael Easter says Misogi is a must, not a choice, not a hobby, a must. Because without challenge, life feels empty. With challenge, life feels full. Remember this, comfort is easy, but easy does not change you. Hard things do. Misogi is your yearly reset, your yearly test, your yearly reminder that you are capable of more. So here's your call. Plan your Misogi. Do it soon. Do it big. Do it scared. And when you finish, you will know the truth. The mountain was never out there. The mountain was you. Next, we will talk about another lesson from this book. A simple truth about risk. Why running from risk makes life harder, not easier. And why facing risk makes you free. Stay with me, because the next part may change how you see fear forever. Section 4. Your body needs hardship. Your body is a survival machine. It was built for hard times. It was built to walk, climb, run, and endure. For thousands of years, humans hunted. They carried heavy loads. They worked under the sun. They faced cold nights and hot days. Every day was a test. That life shaped your body. That life made you strong. Now life is soft. Food is easy. Work is easy. Movement is optional. Heat and cold are just a button away. The body that was built for survival is now trapped in comfort, and comfort is killing it. Science is clear. The human body needs stress, not the stress of emails or traffic. Real stress, physical stress, the kind that makes you sweat, the kind that makes your heart race, the kind that forces your muscles to work. Without that stress, your body weakens. Michael Easter says this in simple words. Hardship keeps you alive. Why? Because stress signals your body to adapt. When you lift weights, your muscles tear. They rebuild stronger. When you run, your heart and lungs work harder. They grow more efficient. When you fast, your metabolism resets. Your body cleans itself. This is the hormesis principle again. Small doses of stress make you stronger. Big doses break you. No stress kills you slowly. Comfort is no stress. That is why modern comfort is a silent enemy. Look at the facts. Most people today are overweight. Most have weak muscles. Many cannot run a mile. Many get sick from simple infections. Why? Because their bodies never face real hardship. They sit, they eat, they scroll. That is it. But here is the truth. Your body is still waiting for the old life. It is waiting for the challenge. It is waiting for the fight. Give it that, and it will reward you. Think about cold exposure. When you step into cold water, your body panics. Blood vessels constrict. Your heart races. But after a few minutes, something amazing happens. Your body adapts. It learns to handle stress. Your circulation improves. Your immunity gets stronger. Your mind becomes calm. Think about fasting. When you skip meals, your body activates repair systems. It burns fat. It cleans damaged cells. It becomes efficient. Hunger is not an enemy. It is a signal to grow. Think about endurance. When you hike for miles or run long distances, your muscles burn. Your lungs cry. But each time, you go a little farther. Each time, you become harder to break. Discomfort is a gift. It trains every system in your body. It keeps your bones strong. It keeps your heart strong. It keeps your immune system alert. It keeps your brain sharp. Modern comfort does the opposite. It makes you fragile. It makes you sick. It makes you weak. And worst of all, it makes you bored. Michael Easter gives a warning. The less discomfort you face, the more discomfort will control you. Think about that. If you cannot handle cold, a chilly day ruins your mood. If you cannot handle hunger, you panic when lunch is late. If you cannot handle effort, life feels like a burden. Comfort makes you soft outside and inside. So what is the solution? Bring back hardship, not random pain. Smart hardship, the kind that fits your life, the kind that builds, not breaks. Start small. Take the stairs. Walk instead of drive. Lift something heavy. Skip a meal once a week. Take a cold shower. Sleep without the heater for one night. These are small, but they matter. Then go big. Plan a hard hike. Run a race. Try a Misogi like we talked about. Do something that makes your muscles ache and your mind scream. Because on the other side of that pain is pride. Pride and power. Here is the beauty of hardship. It does not just build your body. It builds your mind. When you can handle hunger, you can handle stress at work. When you can walk in the cold, you can handle hard conversations. Physical toughness becomes mental toughness. Remember this truth. Your body needs discomfort the way it needs air and water. Discomfort is not a threat. It is fuel. It is nature's way of saying, grow stronger. Michael Easter says, comfort feels safe, but comfort kills. Hardship feels scary, but hardship saves. Ask yourself this today. When was the last time your body truly worked? When was the last time you earned your rest? If the answer is never, start now, because the price of comfort is weakness. and weakness is a slow death. Next, we will talk about something even deeper. Not just the body, the mind. Why your brain also needs discomfort. Why boredom is not bad. And why silence may be your greatest teacher. Stay with me, because the next part will surprise you. Section 5. Mental growth through discomfort. Your mind is like your body. It needs challenge to grow. It needs stress to become strong. Without challenge, it weakens. Without stress, it breaks under pressure. Modern life promises comfort, but that comfort comes with a cost. Your mind becomes fragile. You panic at small problems. You avoid hard choices. You fear the unknown. Why? Because you never train your mind for stress. Michael Easter calls this a silent crisis. He says, we protect ourselves from stress so much that we cannot handle stress at all. Think about that. Every alert sound stresses you. Every delay makes you angry. Every tough moment feels like the end of the world. But here is the truth. Stress is not your enemy. Stress is your teacher. Small doses of stress make your mind strong, just like lifting weights makes your muscles strong. This is called stress inoculation. It works like a vaccine. A small dose of discomfort now makes you immune to bigger discomfort later. When you face fear in training, fear loses power in real life. How do you practice this? You do hard things on purpose. You take the cold shower. You speak in public even when your voice shakes. You climb the hill even when your legs hurt. You choose the challenge, not the escape. Each time you do, your brain learns a lesson. I can handle this. That is resilience. Resilience is not born. It is built. It is built through small battles. Now, let us talk about fear. Fear is not a signal to stop. Fear is a signal to grow. When you avoid fear, you make it bigger. When you face fear, you make it smaller. Exposure kills fear. Step into what scares you. Stay there. Let your body shake. Let your heart race. Then breathe. You will see the fear fade. Why does this work? Because your brain loves patterns. If you always run from fear, running becomes the pattern. If you face fear, courage becomes the pattern. Michael Easter shares this from his Arctic trip. The first night in the wild, he could not sleep. Every sound felt like danger. His mind screamed, "Run!" But he stayed. The second night was easier. The third night was calm. That is how the mind learns. Not by reading, not by thinking, by doing. Discomfort also fights another enemy. Boredom. Yes, boredom. We fear boredom so much that we fill every gap with noise. Phones, music, screens. But boredom is not bad. Boredom is the doorway to creativity. When you sit in silence, your brain wakes up. Ideas come. Insights come. Solutions come. But you need practice. Start small. Sit alone for 10 minutes. No phone. No music. Just silence. Feel the urge to check your screen. Resist it. Let your mind wander. It will feel hard at first. That is good. Hard means growth. This is why Easter says, your mind needs the wild as much as your body does. Nature forces you into stillness, into quiet, into boredom. And in that boredom, you find yourself. Let us talk about resilience. Life will throw storms at you. Death, loss, failure. These are real. You cannot avoid them, but you can prepare. How? By training in small storms. When you choose discomfort daily, the big discomfort does not break you. You bend. You do not break. Here is the formula. Face fear often. Seek silence often. Do hard things often. Rest and recover after. That cycle builds a mind that is unshakable, a mind that can stand when the world shakes. Modern life wants you soft. Advertisements whisper, avoid pain, avoid struggle. Do not listen. Pain is not the enemy. Pain is the path. So ask yourself today, when was the last time you did something that scared you? When was the last time you sat in silence without a screen? When was the last time you chose the hard way on purpose? If your answer is never, start today. Start small, then go big, because every time you push your mental edge, you redraw the map of who you are. Michael Easter leaves us with a truth. Comfort makes you fragile. Discomfort makes you free. Which life do you want? A fragile life or a free life? Next, we will explore another truth from this book. Why risk is not a danger. Why risk is a doorway. And why a life without risk is no life at all. Stay with me. This next part may shake everything you believe about safety. Section 6. Comfort and addiction. Comfort feels good. It feels safe. But comfort is addictive. Once you taste it, you want more. And modern life gives you unlimited comfort. Food on demand. Entertainment on demand. Everything is easy. Too easy. Your brain runs on a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine is the signal of reward. When you eat, you get dopamine. When you win, you get dopamine. When you scroll, you get dopamine. But here is the problem. Your brain does not care if the reward is real or fake. In the past, rewards were rare. Food was hard to get. Shelter was hard to build. Winning took work. So, dopamine was a gift. It pushed you to survive. Now rewards are everywhere. A swipe gives you a new video. A click gives you a new like. A tap gives you sugar. Easy dopamine. Instant pleasure. No work. No effort. Just comfort. Michael Easter calls this a trap. A dopamine trap. Why? Because the brain is wired for more. More likes. More videos. More snacks. The more you get, the less it feels good. So you want more again. And the cycle never ends. This is addiction. Not just drugs. Not just alcohol. Addiction to comfort. Addiction to easy hits of dopamine. And the cost? Focus. Energy. Drive. Happiness. Think about your phone. It is a slot machine in your hand. Every scroll is a spin. Maybe you see something exciting. Maybe not. That is why you keep scrolling. That is why hours vanish. Think about streaming. Endless shows. Endless episodes. You finish one. It starts the next. You watch. You do nothing. Your body sits still. Your brain gets hit after hit of dopamine. Think about food. Fast food. Junk food. Sugar. It is everywhere. It tastes good. It gives you dopamine. But it leaves you hungry for more. That is why you eat and eat. Comfort has become the new drug. And it is legal. It is praised. People say, you deserve it. Treat yourself. But what they really mean is, stay stuck. Stay weak. Easter warns us. Comfort is not free. It costs your strength. It costs your freedom. So how do you break the trap? You do the opposite. You make things hard again. You delay rewards. You earn them. Here are 3 steps. Step 1, awareness. Notice your habits. How often do you reach for your phone? How often do you snack? How often do you watch without thinking? Write it down. Face the truth. Step 2, create friction. Delete one app. Hide your snacks. Turn off autoplay. Make the easy thing hard. Why? Because your brain takes the easy path. Remove the easy path. Step 3, replace comfort with challenge. When you feel the urge to scroll, take a walk. When you crave sugar, drink water, and wait 10 minutes. When you want to binge, read a page of a book first. Small rules, big change. The goal is not zero comfort. The goal is earned comfort. Rest feels better after work. Food tastes better after effort. A movie feels better after a hard day outside. That is the balance we lost. Science supports this. When you delay dopamine, your brain resets. You feel joy in small things again. You feel alive. That is why people who fast enjoy food more. That is why hikers love a simple meal. Effort makes pleasure sweeter. Ask yourself this. When was the last time you enjoyed silence? When was the last time you tasted hunger? When was the last time you finished a hard task before resting? Comfort is a choice. Addiction is a choice. But freedom is also a choice. Michael Easter says, "The easiest life leads to the hardest problems. The hardest life leads to the deepest joy." Which path will you take? Next, we will talk about something that sounds strange. Why boredom is a secret weapon. Why empty time is not wasted. And why your best ideas live on the other side of silence. Stay with me. This is where real growth begins. Section 7. Nature, the forgotten teacher. Nature is the oldest teacher. It was here before cities, before screens, before comfort. Our ancestors lived with nature every day. They hunted, they walked, they worked under the sun. They faced storms, they faced hunger, they faced risk. Now we live in walls, climate control, artificial light, digital noise. We barely touch the earth. We barely see the stars. And we wonder why we feel lost. Michael Easter says, nature resets you. But why? Because nature gives what modern life cannot. Silence, space, challenge, perspective. First, nature forces you out of control. In a city, you control everything. Heat, light, food, time. In nature, you control nothing. It rains when it wants. The sun sets when it wants. You cannot click away the dark. You cannot scroll away the storm. This feels hard, but that is the gift. Nature humbles you. It reminds you you are not the center of the world. Second, nature challenges your body. Walking on dirt is harder than walking on floors. Carrying water is harder than opening a tap. Sleeping on ground is harder than a bed. But your body loves this. Your muscles wake up. Your senses wake up. You feel alive. Third, nature frees your mind. Screens steal your attention. Ads scream for your focus. Notifications pull you every minute. But in nature, there is none of that. Just wind, trees, water, silence. At first, it feels strange. Your brain screams, check your phone. Ignore it. Wait. After an hour, your mind calms. After a day, ideas come. After 2 days, you see life differently. Easter calls this disconnect to reconnect. You disconnect from tech, from noise, from fake urgency, and you reconnect with yourself, with real priorities, with real life. Research proves this. Time in nature lowers stress hormones. It lowers anxiety. It improves mood. It sharpens focus. People who hike often report feeling happier and more creative. Why? Because the brain evolved in nature. It did not evolve in cities. It needs green. It needs water. It needs sun. Nature also gives solitude. Solitude is not loneliness. Solitude is power. When you are alone in nature, you face yourself. No distractions, no filters, just you and your thoughts. It can feel scary. That is why people avoid it. But on the other side of fear is clarity. You ask big questions. Who am I? What do I want? What matters? And you hear honest answers. Easter's story in Alaska proves this. He went 33 days in the Arctic. No phone, no internet, no comfort. The first days were hard. His mind ran wild. Then it slowed. Then it opened. He wrote. He reflected. He understood himself better than ever before. Do you need 33 days? No. You need 1 hour, 1 walk, 1 weekend. Leave the phone. Leave the noise. Go outside. Let nature speak. Start small. Take a walk in a park. Sit under a tree for 10 minutes. Watch the sunset without a photo. Feel the air. Hear the birds. Smell the earth. These things sound simple, but they heal what technology breaks. Remember this. Your body is nature. Your mind is nature. That is why nature feels like home. That is why you feel peace near mountains, rivers, and forests. But here is the problem. Modern life tricks you. It says, stay inside, watch a screen, order food, stay safe. And you listen. You trade the wild for a cage that looks like comfort, but it is still a cage. Break the cage. Go outside. Sweat. Freeze. Get wet. Get dirty. These are not problems. These are medicine. Michael Easter writes, the farther you go from nature, the farther you go from yourself. That is the truth. Ask yourself this. When was the last time you watched the stars? When was the last time you felt the ground under your feet? When was the last time you were alone, without noise? If you cannot remember, you are overdue. Start today. Step outside. Stay there. Breathe. Let nature teach you what the city forgot. In the next section, we will talk about something even deeper. Why meaning matters more than comfort. Why purpose saves you when pleasure fails. And how discomfort is the door to a meaningful life. Stay with me. This next part could change how you see everything. Section 8. Real adventure equals real growth. Adventure. The word sounds exciting. It feels bold. But what is adventure really? It is risk. It is uncertainty. It is stepping into the unknown. And that is why so many avoid it. People say they want adventure, but they also want comfort. You cannot have both. Michael Easter says this clearly. Real growth lives in real adventure. Not fake challenges. Not games on a screen. Real risk. Real discomfort. Real effort. Why is risk important? Because risk forces change. When you take a risk, you face fear. Fear wakes up your brain. Your senses sharpen. Your body prepares. You feel alive. You are no longer on autopilot. You are fully present. Think about this. When was the last time you felt truly alive? Was it when you were scrolling on your phone, or when you faced something hard? Maybe a climb. Maybe a cold swim. Maybe speaking on stage. That moment of fear, that is life talking to you. Easter shares stories of explorers who risk everything. Arctic hunters who survive in minus 30 degrees. Climbers who face storms on the mountain. Long-distance hikers who walk hundreds of miles with no comfort. These people are not crazy. They understand something most people forget. Comfort is death for the soul. But here is the truth. You do not need to climb Everest to grow. You do not need to live in the Arctic for 33 days, like Easter did. You just need small daily discomforts. Start here. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Leave your phone at home for an hour. Skip the easy meal and cook from scratch. Sleep without heat for one night. Do one thing today that feels a little scary. These small steps matter. Why? Because discomfort is a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger you get. Easter calls this micro-adventures. Short, hard, but safe challenges. Go for a long hike in the cold. Try a workout that pushes you. Sleep under the stars for a night. Do something that feels new and uncertain. Why does this work? Science gives the answer. Your brain adapts to stress. It is called stress inoculation. When you face small stress on purpose, your brain learns. It becomes calm under pressure. It becomes tough. So when big stress comes, you are ready. Adventure also gives meaning. A life with no challenge feels empty. That is why people with everything still feel lost. They have money. They have comfort. But they have no story. Adventure gives you a story. It gives you pride. It gives you a reason to wake up. Easter explains it like this. Modern life gave us everything we want. And in that comfort, we lost the thing we need, struggle. That struggle shapes character. It teaches patience. It builds resilience. Look at the lives of great people. Explorers, innovators, leaders. They all faced risk. They all embraced adventure. They all stepped into the unknown. That is why they grew. That is why they inspire. But here is the danger. People think adventure is for the young, for the strong, for the rich. Wrong. Adventure is for anyone who wants to live fully. You can create it where you are. Walk 10 miles in your city. Go without tech for a day. Take a cold shower every morning. Volunteer for hard work. Speak up in a meeting. These are mini adventures. They feel small, but they matter. Every time you choose discomfort over ease, you grow. Every time you take one more step beyond fear, you build power. These steps add up. They turn you into someone strong, someone who can face anything. Ask yourself this. What would your life look like if you took one adventure every week? What if you said yes to things that scare you instead of saying no? How different would you feel in 1 year? The choice is yours. Stay safe. Stay bored. Stay weak. Or step into risk. Step into life. That is where growth lives. That is where the magic happens. Easter leaves us with this thought. Adventure is not optional. It is essential. If you want a strong body, a sharp mind, and a soul on fire, go seek it. In the next section, we dive into something powerful. Why meaning matters more than pleasure. Why purpose can pull you through the hardest days. And how discomfort becomes the doorway to the life you dream of. Stay with me. This next part could change your definition of success. Section 9. Practical Misogi for Modern Life. You have learned what Misogi is, an ancient ritual for growth, a challenge so hard it changes you. But here is the question. How do you bring Misogi into modern life? You cannot always go to the Arctic. You cannot always climb mountains. So what can you do? Michael Easter gives a rule, the 2x rule. Take the hardest thing you think you can do, then double it. If you think you can walk 5 miles, walk 10. If you think you can do 50 push-ups, aim for 100. If you think you can fast for 12 hours, try 24. Why? Because this forces you to go beyond your limit. That is where real growth starts. Misogi is not about winning. It is not about speed. It is not about looking good on Instagram. It is about reaching that point where you want to quit. That moment when your mind screams, stop. And then you keep going. That is Misogi. Why does this work? Because when you face that wall and push through, your brain changes. You learn you are stronger than you think. You build confidence. You build mental toughness. that stays with you for life. Easter explains that Misogi should feel almost impossible. It should make you doubt yourself. It should scare you a little. That fear is the signal. If it feels too easy, it is not Misogi. Here are some examples of simple Misogis for modern life. Walk farther than ever before. If your longest walk is 5 miles, plan 15. Take water. Take time. Go do it. A day without food. Yes, fast for 24 hours. It will test your mind more than your body. You will learn hunger is not an emergency. Digital detox. Turn off all screens for 48 hours. No phone. No TV. No internet. Just life. Watch how your brain reacts. Cold challenge. Swim in cold water. Or take ice-cold showers for a week. Discomfort will teach you control. Climb a peak. Find a mountain or a hill. Hike it, even if it takes all day. Especially if it takes all day. The key is this: it must be hard. It must feel like you might fail. Because Misogi is about the edge of your comfort zone. That is where growth lives. Easter says to make Misogi rare. Do it once or twice a year. Why? Because rarity makes it powerful. If you do it every week, it becomes routine. Misogi is not routine. It is sacred. It is your personal test. But what about small daily steps? Those matter too. Daily discomfort builds the base. Cold showers, long walks, hard workouts, speaking up when afraid. These are mini Misogis. They prepare you for the big one. Here is how to design your own Misogi. Pick something physical. Movement matters. It wakes up body and mind. Make it hard. Hard enough that failure is possible. Make it simple. No complex rules. Just one big task. Walk, climb, swim, fast. Do it outside. Nature adds the unknown. Weather, terrain, silence. No audience. No posting online. This is for you, not for likes. Why does this matter so much? Because modern life kills challenge. It removes all edges. We sit, we scroll, we consume. We never fight. We never fail. And so we never grow. Misogi brings the edge back. It gives life weight again. Remember this: growth is not in comfort. Growth is in pain. Growth is in fear. Growth is in the moment you think, I cannot. And then you do. Ask yourself, what is one Misogi you could do this year? One challenge that would scare you, that would test you, that would make you proud for the rest of your life. Write it down. Plan it. Do it. Because if you do, you will never be the same. You will discover something deep, something true. The strongest version of you is hiding behind that wall. Misogi is how you break it. Next, we move to the last part of this journey, a section that ties it all together. Why living with discomfort creates the richest life, and why your best self is waiting on the other side of easy. Stay with me. The final wisdom is coming. Section 10. Rewriting the comfort script. Comfort zones. We hear this phrase all the time, but what does it really mean? A comfort zone is the space where you feel safe. It is familiar. It is easy. It is where nothing challenges you. And at first, that feels good. Safety feels good. Ease feels good. But here is the truth. Comfort zones kill growth. Why? Because growth is stress. Growth is challenge. Growth is doing what you are not used to. If you stay in the comfort zone, your mind and body stop adapting. They grow weak. They grow soft. Michael Easter says this clearly. The modern world sold us a lie. It told us life should always be easy, always warm, always convenient. But this script makes people miserable. It makes them bored. It makes them fragile. The solution? Rewrite the script. Start with this truth. Discomfort is not the enemy. Discomfort is the signal. When you feel discomfort, you are in the growth zone. You are doing something your brain is not used to. That is where change happens. So, how do you build a life that embraces discomfort? How do you break the old script? Easter gives us a method. It is simple, but it works. Build a discomfort habit. A discomfort habit means this. Every day, do one thing that feels hard, not dangerous, not crazy, just hard for you. If you hate the cold, take a cold shower. If you hate silence, sit without your phone for 30 minutes. If you avoid talking to strangers, start one conversation today. Why does this work? Because habits shape identity. When you choose discomfort every day, you become someone strong, someone who can handle anything. This is called gradual exposure. You do not jump into the hardest challenge first. You start small. You build up. Think of it like lifting weights. You do not lift 200 pounds on day one. You start with 20, then 40, then 60. Slowly you grow. Your muscles adapt. The same happens with discomfort. Your brain adapts. Easter says to start with low-stakes discomfort, something that feels uncomfortable but safe. Examples: skip sugar for a week. Turn off your phone at night. Take a long walk without music. Sleep without air conditioning for one night. These sound small, but they are powerful. After that, raise the stakes. Add medium discomfort. Take a long hike. Try a hard workout. Speak in front of a group. Do something where failure feels possible. Finally, once or twice a year, do a big discomfort challenge. A Misogi, something that scares you, something that feels almost impossible. That is where transformation lives. Here is a simple rule to guide you. If it feels too easy, it is not growth. If it feels a little scary, you are in the right place. But what about fear? Fear will show up. Fear will whisper, "Stay safe. Stay comfortable." That voice will always be there. Do not fight it. Acknowledge it and act anyway. This is courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward in spite of fear. Gradual exposure works because it trains your brain. Your brain learns, discomfort will not kill me. I can handle this. That confidence spills into every area of life. Work, relationships, health, everything. Think about this. How many dreams die because people fear discomfort? They fear failure. They fear pain. They fear judgment. So they stay small. They stay stuck. But when you rewrite your comfort script, you break free. You learn that failure is feedback. Pain is progress. Hard is good. Easter gives this challenge. For the next 30 days, do one thing each day that feels uncomfortable. Write it down. Track it. Watch how you change. Watch how your fear fades. Watch how your confidence grows. This is not about punishment. It is not about suffering for no reason. It is about building resilience, building strength, building a mind that does not break when life gets hard. And life will get hard. That is guaranteed. The question is, will you be ready? Comfort is easy, but easy kills ambition. Easy kills health. Easy kills purpose. Hard is where the magic lives. Hard shapes heroes. Hard makes life worth living. So start small. Build your discomfort habit. Then take on something big. Rewrite the script, because the old one, the one that says comfort equals happiness, that one is a lie. In the next and final section, we bring it all together. We answer the big question: what happens when you live this way? When you choose discomfort every day, the answer will change how you see your future. Stay with me. This last part is the most important. Section 11, the long-term rewards. Why do all this? Why walk into the cold? Why climb the hard hill? Why choose discomfort when life offers ease? The answer is simple: because comfort kills progress. Discomfort creates life. Michael Easter says something powerful. The rewards of discomfort are not just short-term. They stay with you for years, for life. They shape who you are. They give you what comfort never can. Let us start with health. Modern life is soft. We sit too much. We eat too much. We sleep in perfect temperatures. Our bodies pay the price. Heart disease, diabetes, weak muscles, weak bones. But when you add discomfort, things change. Long walks, heavy lifts, hard workouts. These stress the body. But this stress is good. It triggers growth. Your heart grows stronger. Your lungs work better. Your muscles rebuild harder than before. This is called hormesis. A little stress makes you stronger. That is the law of nature. What about the mind? Discomfort trains the brain like weights train the body. Every time you do something hard, your brain adapts. You build mental strength. You build confidence. You build courage. You learn a truth most people never learn. You can do more than you think. Now, let us talk about happiness. People think happiness comes from comfort, from ease, from having everything soft and perfect. But Easter proves the opposite. Comfort brings boredom. Boredom brings misery. When life has no challenge, it feels empty. Real happiness comes from effort, from struggle, from doing what you thought you could not do. Think about the best moments in your life. Were they easy or were they hard? A long hike to a mountaintop, a tough project you finished, a marathon you ran. All of these were hard, and that is why they meant something. That brings us to purpose. Why are you here? Not to scroll, not to binge shows, not to live on autopilot. You are here to grow, to create, to give. Struggle gives life meaning. When you climb your own mountain, you feel alive. Easter says identity is built in hard moments. You do not find yourself in comfort. You create yourself in discomfort. Every time you push through pain, you tell your brain, "This is who I am." You become the person who can, not the person who quits. What does science say? Studies show that people who face hard challenges live longer. They fight depression better. They recover from trauma faster. Why? Because stress inoculation works. When you expose yourself to stress in small doses, you prepare for the big storms of life. Let us be honest. Life will bring storms. Death, loss, failure, rejection. If you live in comfort, these storms break you. If you live with discomfort, they shape you. That is the difference. So, what is the ultimate reward? Freedom. Freedom from fear. Freedom from weakness. Freedom from the trap of easy. You stop being controlled by pain because you have faced it. You stop being ruled by fear because you have walked through it. Easter tells a story about hunters in Alaska. They face brutal cold, long nights, hard work, yet they smile. Why? Because they feel alive. They feel connected. They feel meaning. They are not chasing comfort. They are chasing life. And here is the final truth. Struggle equals meaning. Humans evolved in hard conditions. Our bodies and minds are built for challenge. When you remove challenge, you remove meaning. That is why so many people today feel lost. They have everything, and yet they have nothing that matters. So choose the hard path. Not because it is trendy, not because it sounds cool. Choose it because it gives you life. The long-term rewards are health, strength, happiness, confidence, purpose, and most of all, peace. Because when you know you can handle hard things, fear disappears. You stop asking, what if I fail? You start saying, I can handle anything. That is power. That is freedom. So what now? In the last section, we put it all together. We give the final call to action. The choice that changes everything. Stay with me. This is the moment that turns ideas into action. Section 12, Final Wisdom, Seek Hard Things. Michael Easter leaves us with a powerful truth. If you want a better life, stop chasing comfort. Start chasing challenge. Make life harder on purpose, because comfort will not make you happy. It will make you weak. It will make you bored. It will make you small. Hard things do the opposite. Hard things make you strong. Hard things make you proud. Hard things make you alive. Every big breakthrough in history started with discomfort. Every hero you admire walked through struggle. This is the law of growth. But here is the problem. The modern world does not want you to know this. It sells ease. It sells convenience. One-click shopping, instant food, endless scrolling. It tells you avoid pain, avoid effort, avoid risk. But that is a lie. And the price of that lie is high. Anxiety, depression, obesity, weakness. Easter says this clearly. Comfort is the real crisis. Not hunger, not war. Comfort. It looks safe, but it kills slowly. It steals your spirit. It traps you in a cage of ease. The door is open, but most people never walk out. So what is the way out? One choice, one decision. Seek hard things. Say yes to discomfort. Start small, but start today. Do something that scares you a little, something that feels hard. Then do it again tomorrow, and again the next day. This is how change begins. Not with giant leaps, with small steps. Cold shower, long walk, phone off for an hour, eat less sugar. These are small, but they break the script. They remind your brain that you are in control, not comfort. Then go bigger. Sign up for a challenge. Take a trip into the wild. Hike a mountain. Sleep under the stars. Lift heavy. Run far. Push your limits. These moments change you. They write a new story in your mind. A story that says, I can handle hard things. Why does this matter? Because life is hard. It will throw storms at you. Illness, loss, failure. If you live in comfort, those storms break you. If you live with discomfort, those storms shape you. They turn you into something unbreakable. Easter gives us one rule to live by. If it is hard, it is probably worth doing. Think about that. Hard means growth. Hard means progress. Hard means life. Easy is death in slow motion. Ask yourself this. When was the last time you did something truly hard? When was the last time you felt fear, but acted anyway? If the answer is, I do not remember, then this is your wake-up call. You do not need to move to Alaska. You do not need to climb Everest. You just need to choose the hard path in daily life. Take the stairs, not the elevator. Cook your meal. Do not order. Walk outside in the cold. Do not hide under the blanket. Speak the truth. Do not stay silent. Each time you choose the hard thing, you build strength. You build pride. You build freedom. Because comfort feels good now, but it costs you later. Discomfort feels hard now, but it pays you later. That is the trade, and it is always worth it. Michael Easter calls this the discomfort practice, a daily habit that rewires your brain, that makes you calm in chaos, strong in storms, happy in struggle. People who do this live longer, live better, live deeper. So here is your call to action. Stop waiting. Stop planning. Stop thinking about it. Pick one hard thing. Do it today. Then do another tomorrow. Keep going. Build your discomfort muscle and watch your life transform. Because the mountain is not out there. The mountain is inside you. And the climb starts now. You have one life. Make it count. Seek hard things. And you will find yourself.